Hello again. We were in part one and now you're in part two, and we just completed our first schedule using our lease info data. And this is the no guaranteed residual value case. Now, lease two is going to be title transferred to lessee at lease end. So it's going to look similar in that there'll be these payments and then there's no payment at the end, but the amount should be different. Okay, so the first thing it tells you to do for lease two is to make our life easier, maybe, because it wasn't really too bad, was it, the first one? Is to do this, is to just copy paste all the formulas. Now, if we go to lease two payment, it's $1361. Okay, now, so the payment's working out here, and I want to point to the right lease payment guarantee residual value is still 0. So it's kind of weird that I did that, but it was pointing at the wrong row. Let's see. So we have, let's see what this lease info is doing. 6 million, 6 million, 6 million. Okay, so we should be 5 million. So I know that this should be 5 million. It's not always the case for the lessee that it's going to equal the fair value, but since the item is transferred, all these payments, that's all the lessor gets. So it has to equal exactly what the fair value is. So let's see, lease info C3. So once again, kind of weird we're doing this. The rate's going to be the same, but the term. And if you see here, the function is bold, so it's telling you what it wants you to do. This is the lease payment at the end of the lease, and this is the type. And you know, they're all annuities due, but we're doing this so we get used to the using data in the formula. So here's the 5 million in the wrong format. What I'm going to do is copy paste this format here, and it turned to 0. So that is great. Everything worked out the way we expected it to. So let's move on to lease 3. So lease 3 info is all here, and it says guaranteed residual value is greater than the expected residual value. So the expected residual value is 500,000 and the guaranteed residual value is 525. So let's look at the impact of that. All right. Our first step again is to copy and paste. And we know that the easy thing to do here is to knock out this payment. All right, that's good. Greater guaranteed residual value, is it greater than? Let's check this. Lease 3. Yes, so let's copy paste the title to correct it. And let's fix the present value because it's pointing at all the wrong stuff. Number of periods. Oops, this should be, I just going to double check this. It's not L5. This is the rate. Should be 6%. This is the payment, which will be that 1248. What is it asking me for? Now we're going to end up having a number here, and it's an annuity due, which is type 1. And that's not, oh, we didn't point to the right thing here. There we go. And now I'm going to do my, I'll get rid of this round here. You don't have to worry about this too much. It's more me being a little OCD, maybe more than a little. But the, yeah, the accounting type has this dash. So why is it a dash in accounting? Well, back when they did things by hand, they didn't want to put a 0 because sometimes they'd look like 6s. but you didn't want to leave it empty so that you knew the accountant had been there. So that's why it's a dash. Anyway, so this is perfect. Everything's working out. Here's a timeline of cash flows. Here's your present value of those cash flows. And when we accrue the interest under the effective interest method at 6%, everything ends up being 0. All right, so this is looking good. And let's do this lease 4. Oh, I know it's bugging me. It's bugging me. Gotta fix it. Sorry. Here we go. Sorry, there we go. I knew something was bugging me. All right. So lease 4, it should be guaranteed residual value less than. So in this case, the expected residual value is 500 and the guaranteed residual value is 475. So the lessee doesn't expect to pay anything because they expect that the item will be sold for 500 and they won't have to pay on the guarantee. Okay, so now we're going to redo this. 4, comma, and per number of periods is, oops, don't want to put, oh, no, what did I do? Okay, sorry, I screwed that up. So let's see. I guess I could just do this. Let's start over. Let's do it a little different this time. So we're going to go lease 4 interest rate, comma, N per number of periods for lease 4, comma, the payment for lease 4, comma, the future value payment, I guess. It's not really a future value. And then the type is the 1 here. Okay. And that is still not working. Okay, let me see what I got here. 460593. Let's see what we got here. 4. Okay, so I want to be here in lease 6. And let's go see where I messed up. Oh, forgot to do the payment. All right. But you can see how the schedule shows you, alerts you to you not getting things right because they have to go to 0, okay? All right. So there you have it. We've done all the individual lease amortization schedule, guaranteed residual value, and I guess I forgot the title. This should be the less than case. So we've done all these schedules, and now what we're going to do after I get this thing straight, I put this format on the same format. Okay. There we go. Click here. Now what we're going to do is create one schedule that will do all of these. So we're going to use in the next part 3, we're going to use VLOOKUP to create a universal schedule. Very exciting stuff. Certainly don't want to miss that. I will see you in part 3.